everyone. Welcome back to the Lovin Riyadh show, where we talk about all the latest news that's been going around Riyadh. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Rama.
And today is the 20th of August 2024. Today we'll be discussing 0 cases of Mpox detected in the kingdom as confirmed by Saudi Health Ministry.
As well as yesterday's first supermoon of 2024.
And the Saudi teachers now are required to wear national dresses in schools to boost cultural pride.
And Riyadh steps up its animal welfare efforts and saves 130 pets.
So, starting off with 0 cases detected of monkeypox in the kingdom, as confirmed by Saudi Health Ministry. Monkeypox, or also known as Clade 1b strain, like when COVID came up, it was like COVID-19. I think there are codes for these viruses. It's not a very new thing. I think you heard about it before.
Yeah, I heard about it, I think like a few years ago. I'm not sure about if it's the same one.
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard, it seems familiar,
Yeah, it's not, Anyways, it's in the beginning of this year, Africa detected a total of 18,737 suspected or confirmed cases of monkeypox. And the Democratic Republic of Congo, where the Clade 1b strain was first identified in September 2023. Yeah, so it's not, it's not new. It was very bad, like about 1,000 cases, 222 confirmed, and 783 suspected, and 24 deaths reported in a single week. So, yeah, but alhamdulillah, it wasn't spread to Saudi Arabia,
It's very scary though. Like, I think after COVID, every time we hear about any disease, it's like alarm bells.
It's basically a global trauma.
Exactly.
Something that we all shared.
But hopefully, everyone has kind of figured out ways to kind of contain these things, so it doesn't rapidly spread into a pandemic the way COVID did.
Yeah.
So hopefully, it stays that way and it doesn't enter this country or any others that it hasn't entered already.
Yeah.
So I think it's in Sweden. That was like a big one that was reported.
Yeah, Sweden and I have it here, and Pakistan.
Yeah.
So Saudi has been telling their residents and citizens not to travel to these places due to outbreak of this virus there. Also, the authority in Saudi Arabia emphasized that they're fully equipped to handle any potential health threats and prevent the spread of this virus. So thankfully, alhamdulillah, and inshallah it doesn't, spread any more
than this
around the world,
So, yesterday we had the first supermoon of 2024. And if any of you looked out into the sky yesterday, you may have noticed that the moon looked a little brighter, a little bigger. It was definitely a full moon, so that's the same as every month, but this one in particular was a supermoon. So what a supermoon is, for those who don't know, is basically when the moon is within 90% of its closest approach to Earth. So I guess it's the nearest to Earth that it would be, And I think we have multiple supermoons in the year, but not that many.
Yeah.
But this specific supermoon was apparently like once in 2.5 years that it comes about. So I personally looked up at the moon yesterday. Did you?
Well, when I was driving back home, I saw the moon. It was very big.
But unfortunately here, what I noticed was there was a few clouds blocking it.
Really?
Yeah, so it wasn't like completely bright because at one point during the night, there weren't that many clouds and you could really feel the brightness of the moon.
That's cool.
But then throughout the night, there were some clouds that were like kind of covering it, so it just looked like a normal full moon.
Yeah.
But it was actually like, it appeared bigger and brighter than usual. And in Greece, or like in some of the other countries, I saw a picture, it was like huge.
Yeah.
Like it looked huge, and I think I love it. I love when the moon is full.
Yeah, same.
I
So,
just love looking at it.
and I love taking pictures of it as well.
Exactly. And apparently, when it was climbing higher, it started shining in like a silvery white way. And apparently, up until the sunrise today, it was in that
Yeah,
same
well,
position.
it was a huge moon.
So yeah, hopefully you guys all kind of had a good spot to watch it
Or take good pictures.
or take good pictures.
mean-
It's so hard to capture the moon on camera.
Actually, a lot of people did it. Like on TikTok, on X, they would just
Yeah,
dozens of pictures. Like one person I saw just took pictures of the moon through the kingdom. I don't know what's it called.
yeah,
the Kingdom Tower. And like the Kingdom Tower, if you know, it's like a
has a hole.
no, it's like a what do you call it? A triangle. You know, and it lights up in different colors, basically like
Yeah,
LED
it's so cool.
colors. Yeah, and he took pictures at every single color, like green, purple, you name it. Yeah, and it
Yeah.
was cute.
But the thing is, I don't know if it's still the case because obviously iPhones have progressed a lot. But back in the day, it was like a thing where the moon just would not show up on the iPhone of
Yeah,
a
it
camera.
won't
Like
focus.
whenever you try and take a picture of the moon, it's just like lights.
Yeah.
Like it would just not focus on the moon. But I think now it's probably easier.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it in a while to take a picture of the
They
moon.
say to dim the light, like you point
Yeah,
your camera towards
makes
something,
sense.
you dim the light, and then you just go back and shoot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really cool. And I'm not too sure when the next one is, but this one was called also a seasonal blue moon, which is, again, it's a rare one. It only comes every 2.5 years.
Yeah.
If you would ask me why it's called a blue moon, I can't really tell you. I don't think it's actually blue.
I think it's because we have like dust. It made it look like an orangey glow kind of thing.
But it's blue.
It's supposed to be blue, I think, because there are like very close shots of it, and it looked blue in these shots.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I think you need to have a very strong telescope. And actually, one person in Asir on the street just had a little, not a little, it was a huge telescope, and he was like telling people that you can watch the moon from here, like.
And
Basically.
even earlier this week, there was also Jupiter and Mars aligning, that they looked so close that it was like they were touching.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of things going on in the sky this week.
Yeah.
I think people were like actually looking out for this conjunction, and like they were using telescopes and looking at it, because that's very cool and very rare apparently
And very
as well.
interesting.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, so have you heard, Rama, that Saudi teachers are now required to wear national dresses in schools to boost cultural pride? It's also, it should have, they also made it on like students in colleges. If you don't know, when you come to college, you need to be like wearing the entire Saudi
Attire, so
dress
like the
code.
top, the shmag, the
Yeah.
ghatra.
Also for girls, you need to wear your abaya, and you need to wear like modest clothing.
But this is specifically for teachers.
Yeah, no, but like yesterday they announced that you should also, if you, some like colleges, some universities, it was like, if you don't wear the new dress code to, you know, boost national pride, you're not gonna be, you're gonna be prohibited from entering classes and, you know.
But that's nice, I think. I think anyway, Saudi teachers tend to wear the national dress in
so
general.
gonna
But now that it's a rule, I think it's nice that, you know, like everybody's kind of in uniform.
Yeah.
I like that.
And lots of very strict rules have been announced this year. Other than the dress code thing, there's also like school visits, they're more tight now, and when like parents come to pick up their kids, they should be identified and logged in a special register, which is a very good thing. It's a bit difficult if you think about it, but it's actually very helpful, because like we've heard about a lot of things going on. And also I've heard and I've seen, and it's been all over the news, that buses now are like being watched with CCTV cameras, like installed inside the bus.
Yeah.
So we can, you know, look and see everything that's been
And
going on.
monitor
Yeah.
everything.
And I think that is very cool. You know, schools in Saudi have been, you know, leveling up, and you know, yeah, it's nice to see the celebration of identity. Also, it's nice to see that we're like our kids are being taken care of in a very
Yes.
good way. You know, like you can, you know, sleep after your kids
Sleep well at
went to
night,
school,
yeah. Knowing that like your kids are
Yeah, and actually,
safe.
moms, after like their kids go to school, they have this little nap, you know, because they woke up very early to like feed
get them ready
and,
for school, yeah.
And it's nice to have some peace of mind that your kids are safe where
Yes.
they went.
So, for our last topic, Riyadh has actually stepped up its animal welfare efforts and saved 130 pets. So, the Riyadh branch of the Ministry of Environment, Water and Agriculture kicked off a major campaign that focuses on animal welfare and how animals are being treated in pet stores, in vets, in pet hotels, which are apparently a thing.
Yeah, it is.
And you know they wanted to find out if everyone's complying with licenses, using up-to-date medical products on the animals.
Yeah.
And they want to make sure that animal welfare and taking care of animals is part of the Riyadh culture.
Yeah.
So they've said this. And during these inspections, several violations were actually uncovered, and they include some businesses operating illegally and were engaging in harmful practices to animals. So they were torturing them, neglecting them,
Yeah.
or kept in poor conditions even. And actually, you see a lot of this. I've seen some of these kinds of conditions, not to that extent, but sometimes you see like animals are not really, like the cages, there's like 10 animals in one
Yeah.
cage, you know?
Very reckless with it.
Exactly. And some establishments were also failing to provide proper food or necessary veterinary care to the animals. So because of this, 130 pets living in unsanitary conditions were rescued, as well as expired medicines that were being used without proper health checks were confiscated. So that's very good news.
Yeah, that's
Because I don't know about you, but I feel so sad when I see like these animals that are like just not treated in the best way possible.
yeah.
If it was me, they'd be living in like castles. I don't know.
Well, in college, I used to be with this kind of group, and we would make like these little things. You know when cats can't walk?
Yeah.
I used to saw like these kind of. It's a thing.
Like to help them walk?
Yeah,
That's
it's
very
like
cute.
You put the rest of the body of the cat on this thing, and it can
It helps them
walk. Yeah.
That's so cute.
That is so cute.
This was like something like an initiative that you guys did, and
it was like a group of like girls and gals.
that's so fun.
gals
So you would make them yourself?
And yeah, like he would do the wheel part of the thing, and I would do the strands part of the thing, and it was a real nice thing. And I also made a box, and I like put some cushion inside of it, so I can put it where, because it was raining these days. So yeah, and the exterior of the box, I would cover it in like wax, so if it rained, it won't harm the box. You know?
That's such a
Yeah.
nice little campaign that you can do. I think that's so
Exactly.
cute. So basically, the initiative that they did was part of the ministry's like wider effort to raise awareness about animal welfare, and just in general kind of make it, like I said, a fundamental part of Riyadh's culture.
Yeah.
And they kind of want to move Saudi towards a global leader in ethical and humane treatments of animals,
Yeah.
which is amazing. Love it. I think that's going to be really good, because obviously we have a lot of stray cats, especially
Yeah.
in Saudi. And
With lots of illnesses and very
exactly.
sad things.
And there's such an influx of stray cats that a lot of people actually like take them into their gardens,
Yeah.
feed them. My family does that in Jeddah.
It's so cute, yeah.
And the thing is, because the conditions also, it's very hot, you know, so a lot of people I see put water out for them.
Yeah, and the
Food,
food.
exactly, which
if
is very nice.
If you go to any park in Saudi, you'd find like clumps of cat food everywhere.
Exactly.
And it's so cute.
So I think Saudi's already in that direction where they're already kind of ethical and treating animals in a humane way. But this is just making that step even further. And the ministry has also made it clear that it's going to enforce very strict penalties against anyone involved in any of these like illegal and unethical activities towards animals.
Or violent.
Yeah, and they're actually also saying that anyone who sees anything of the sort to call the call center of the ministry at 939. So if you guys see anything, any animals being mistreated, go ahead and call the number and report it so that, you know, everybody in Saudi kind of treats animals in the right way. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode. Please tune in and catch us next week for another episode, and make sure to catch us on Anghami, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all the regular streaming platforms, as well as YouTube. And we will see you next week.